My name is James Williams Jr. Welcome to Kung Fu Heaven number 2. And this is me doing some more Mass Effect theory stuff. Alright. So, if you guys been keeping up to speed, that I'm still trying to get up to speed. And I'm really listening to a lot of Carl and Douglas's stuff. Because he seems to be a little bit more up to speed than me. And he has pointed out some cool ass shit. So shout out to Carl and Douglas at Hot Not Me. But, I'm gonna tell you, I am so pumped to play Sarah Ryder. I'm probably gonna make 5 of each character. I'm probably gonna play Sky Ryder first because every time I play Mass Effect, I will be the first to tell you. I've always played Femshep. You know, um, it's not a gay thing. It's just that if I gotta look at a superhero's ass all day, I'd rather look at a woman's ass than a man's ass. So, and with no disrespect to the actors, Jennifer Hale's delivery is just a little bit better than Mark's. Now I call it Mark because there's 2 Marks, and I can't remember which one is the actual actor and which one is the actual model for the character. I think Mark Vanderloo is the model for the character, and the other Mark, I can't even remember his last name, but I know his first name is Mark, so I gotta get some credit there, maybe half a point. But I'm looking forward to playing this game. I've put a lot of savings together to get that PlayStation 4 Slim. Plus, it was all they had at the store. And I wasn't going to buy the 4K TV to play this thing because I don't play games that damn much. I don't have that kind of money to invest that kind of time into these games. But, moving on. So, what I've seen so far, mostly on Minius' site and Carl and Douglas' site, and, uh, damn it. Damn it. I know the guy's name. I can't think of it. I watch his site too. Biofan. So what I've seen on their sites, um, I've seen some really cool ass shit. And Carlton was talking about these blue aliens or whatever color they were because I was half asleep. They had the flappy ear thingies. They look cool. It looked like they might be badasses. They might look like they are on the run from the cat. And I've been watching all kinds of other uh, pictures of the cat. So apparently there's more than one look for the cat or whatever. So I'm like really intrigued on this, and I'm really hoping like hell that I get to play this thing like the day it comes out. I hope that I'm the first guy in line since my game's already paid for. Hope there's a code that I can get or whatever to unlock everything that don't require DLC. Not that I won't buy a DLC if I have to, but I'm looking forward to doing this because um, the funny thing is that I have been waiting for this since PlayStation 3 got the trilogy. Then I talked earlier on another video about them possibly remastering all of the trilogy. And what I said on that is if they're going to remaster all of the trilogy, then I want it to be completely remastered so that you can do everything that they could do on the PC and the Xbox, because originally it came to the PC and the Xbox. And there's things in the PC that you can do that you can't do on the Xbox or the PlayStation. They've had a lot of I want to say shams, but they're not shams. But I guess they're shams if you have a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox or even a PlayStation 4. Because when I first got into it, I was sending my cousin all these things via phone on how to get the hoodie, how to get the electronic dog, how to get to Shepard's apartment on the planet. It was in the Argos Road, but I can't remember the planet. But it was in there. There's all these things all online. And I would do all these surveys and surveys and surveys, and they would give me these bogus ass codes. So I wrote them all down. I gave them to my cousin Russell. They didn't work for him on his Xbox. So luckily I made copies. So I kept them and tried them on my PlayStation. And basically that was a big, somebody basically just gave me the finger. I didn't get the hoodie. I didn't get the apartment, and I didn't get the electronic dog for Game 3. And the hoodie is also in Game 3. And I was like, well, I can't get the hoodie. And there's like some secret clothes on the PC for Shepard in Game 2. And I couldn't get that. And then I watched videos where apparently on the PC you can change everything. I mean, you can change your uniform colors and everything and all that. I'm like, well, damn, that's kind of crazy because you can have the uniforms from the school that Jack's at, where she's teaching people with the psychotic biotic. And I'm like, well, that's a cool outfit, but you can't get any of that on the PlayStation. So I don't know if you can get it on the Xbox, but if you guys can, how about you give me a hit back and let me know? Because I'm not an Xbox fan, but I will watch people play it on the Xbox because Xbox is cool. It's just not for me, you know. And for all you guys who don't like me because I don't like the Xbox, hey, it's like Hillary and Donald, you know. That shouldn't come between our friendship just because you want to vote for a deal weave and I want to vote for a chick, you know. But as far as Mass Effect is concerned, um, whatever system we play it on shouldn't affect our friendship because each one of us should have that experience from whichever system you prefer. Now, as I was saying, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on to these things, and when you're um, when you're dealing with it, it's just a matter of I guess timing because timing is everything. And when you have so much to intake or to take in, I've I've been looking at these space bears and I'm like, why do they call it a space bear? To be honest, to me it looks like a Yogg on steroids, which is not really that far fetched from it. If you take all that big husky stuff off of it, it looks just like a fucking Yogg. Excuse me. The mouth is a little different, but it looks like a Yogg. And then you got so much other stuff going on. Their new shielding thing looks awesome. I really want to know about the species, and I really think that Ryder should get a pet. Now, like I said in earlier videos, I don't know if Daddy Ryder is old enough to have been in the contact war and then still out there busting ass to do whatever it is he has to do, which is cool because, you know, like I said, when I went into the army, I was 37, and the only sergeant that was older than me was Drill Sergeant Robbins. He was older than me, but I was older than the two drill sergeants over him in rank, but under him in age, and that was cool. And that was when I was in Bravo. And when I was in Delta, I was older than all of my drill sergeants, and not all of them in the company, but most of them in the company. I had Drill Sergeant Haran. Him and I was the same age, and Drill Sergeant Jess was older than me by like a year and 6 months or some shit like that. And he was a badass, Green Beret. Don't fuck with Drill Sergeant Jess. And he was exceptionally hard on me because I came from Bravo. Anyway, no personal heart there. I love Delta. If I could go back to Delta and have that same company, I would go in a heartbeat, providing that I can knock off 20 years of my age. Those are the guys I would rather have been with. Didn't like Delta's combative still. But anyway, moving on. When you're looking at these Mass Effect videos, I mean, I've been blown away by everybody's theories, and I support most of them. You know, I think that it's not fair that all of the races aren't going to make it. So hopefully they will have um, another set of new races. But I do think that it's a misconception, and I think that the Quarians probably should be there. But I definitely think that the Hanar and the Drill should be there. And the Hanar has to be there because they're like one of the richest species. I don't know why the Elcor wouldn't or the Volus wouldn't. They too are also some of the richest species. So if it's privately funded, and I'm pretty sure Cerberus has its hand in there, you know, there are a lot of theories about these things going on out there. And um, I'm pretty sure humans have a fairly decent amount of funding in it as well, because Elusive Man was fairly rich, and he had private fundings from God only knows where. Like he opened up an infinity pocket and just started pulling out money. This has deep pockets or whatever. So a rogue faction of Cerberus could probably be there too, because I thought about that a long time ago. I just didn't say anything, and apparently I might have been the first one. I might not have been the first one. I don't really know, but you know, I don't really care. But you know, it's got everybody so pumped up that they're polishing this game, and they're hoping like hell, just like I'm hoping like hell, that Andromeda will be the brand new opening to continue on with the saga, and hopefully the saga will straighten up, and if at all possible, the humans in Andromeda will come back to the humans in the Milky Way, and hopefully our decisions from the trilogy won't affect either one of the games, because you'll have ordinary humans and people who chose to go through the green beam, where there'll be no synthetic life, there'll be no Geth, and there'll be no EDI except for on the ship because of you choosing to kill all synthetic life. And then you know the little automaton that you're talking to in there said that the cycle continues to do the same thing. Everybody tends to keep recreating these animatronic automatons, and they keep rising up to kill them. And you would think that there would be a problem with that, but that's the same. But see, the thing is, if you either look in the archives on Game 3, when they first blast the first AIs that become self-aware, that's kind of what started the ball. You know, you're killing what you don't understand. And the same thing happened with the Geth and the Quarians. The Quarians, instead of trying to communicate with the Geth, they decided to end everything at the end of a volley rifle, which again wound up being their first and final mistake because they wound up losing their home. I think that once you create a life and you have played God, you may have bitten off more than you can chew. Because life tends to evolve. Alright? It's the same thing with this Darwin crap about man coming from ape. I respect you, Darwin, and your dead ass, but I'm going to totally go against that shit. Because if man evolved from ape aren't talking. Who taught us how to talk? And why can we not communicate with apes? If that was the case, we would never have to put that silverback down that was protecting the little kid that should not have been allowed to climb over the barrier in the first place, which goes back to parental negligence. You get what I'm going with that? So the Geth is kind of like that, They didn't try to understand the Geth, they tried to wipe them out. And in turn, the evil cells of karma kind of flipped on that. So hopefully, depending on the choices you made, if they make a relay from the Milky Way to Andromeda, and one that's reliable, that can work backwards, or backwards compatible, or whatever, it will see the I guess the pure humans versus whatever choice you made. So I think that by the time they get back or send someone back through or whatever, that everything should probably be evolved to where everything is right, or there's enough synthesis or whatever choice you made should be able to do that. And to do that, you'll have to remaster the whole thing. So let's talk about remastering. That's what my next video will be about. It will be about remastering the entire Mass Effect trilogy. If you guys like that theory about that, then let me know. This has been 13 minutes and 20-something seconds, or 10-something seconds of your life you can't get back from the actor that you don't know. Have it discovered, and have it will discover. Okay. BC and you, this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2.